Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and saints elect. This is your brother Makaza from a Trinidad camp. Just want to do all the edification for the elect's sake. And the name of this lesson would be a new sharp instrument having teeth. Alright, so I just want to take a look at Isaiah 41 and 15. Alright, and just go through the scriptures. Alright, it's Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 15. It says, "Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff." Alright, and this is talking about the times that when the Lord is pursuing to in the scriptures, when it says, "Wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey." All right, the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai gonna give us that strength to come up against the enemies in the time of of Jacob's kingdom, Israel's kingdom being established. All right, in Deuteronomy 28, I believe is verse 32, it says, if they should consider their latter end, how that one should chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, the Lord gonna give us strength. But he also said he's gonna make us a new sharp threshing instrument. He said, "Thou art my battle axe." So he's gonna bring judgment upon Esau by the hands of his people Israel. All right, and when you go into the new sharp threshing instrument, all right, so when you look up a threshing instrument, it says mawarag, right? Mawarag, all right? It says thresher, a threshing sledge, all right? A threshing sledge, and it says here, it says in Isaiah 41 and 15, plural, mararagium, all right? It says, and with the syllable lengthened in the later manner, it says, from the root marag tribulum, a threshing wain. All right, husbandry, an instrument of husbandry for rubbing corn on a threshing floor. So basically, this was an instrument, and I will go into it. It's basically a big piece of plank, having sharp stones or pieces of iron in it, and a horse or a donkey or a cow will actually be pulling this heavy plank of wood over the corn of the threshing floor, and it would actually separate the chaff from the corn. So basically, is somewhat of a violent process of separating the corn from the chaff. All right, with this threshing sledge. All right, going on, it says it consists of 3 or 4 wooden cylinders armed with stones or iron and joined together as a sledge. It is drawn by cattle over the corn. It is to separate the grains from the air. All right. I'm going to look up having teeth. Let's look up teeth. All right. It says paya. It says tooth, edged or mouth. It says two-edged. It says two-edged. So basically, he gonna make you a new sharp threshing instrument having many teeth. All right. Look at here. It says what? In Isaiah 41 and 15, use of a threshing wain with 2 or many edges. All right. So I will just look up a video here real quick. All right, let's go in history. Just look at this video. Threshing sledge.
It's called a threshing sledge.
Or a threshing wain, as the scriptures call it.
Notice the holes that are bored in this sled and rocks embedded in it. That's part of how this tool works. The grain was brought to the threshing floor. The the sledge was pulled over it, and as you can imagine, as this twists and turns, it just damages the bond between the grain kernel and the rest of the plant.
So now, as he says, as it twists and turns, it damages the grain kernel. Now, if you look at that instrument, think about the nations, Esau, Elam, Moab, Ammon, all these nations are the corn, and that sharp threshing instrument is the nation of Israel. All right? We're going to do damage. Think about you putting a sharp threshing instrument like that and dragging it along your skin. It's going to tear you up. It's going to do a lot of damage, and there's the damage that's going to be done to the nations. All right? We're going to separate them from their kingdom. We're going to pull them down. The scripture says we shall cast them headlong, and they shall be able to say nothing before thee. All right?
Getting those two products.
He's going to make us a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Means we're going to be sharp. We're going to plow them and root them out. We're going to root them out of the foundations. All right? Being his new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. We're going to root them out and violently shake them. All right? These nations will be no more. Look at this. Look at that new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Think about the nations lying on the ground and you dragging one of that over their skin. Look at this. Look at that. Look at those sharp stones. Think about you dragging that against someone's skin. The Lord used this as a metaphor to show how violently the nations are going to be taken out of their rulership. As the scripture says, thus with violence shall Babylon be destroyed. All right? Thus with violence shall Babylon be destroyed. This is the book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. The Lord gonna give us that power over the nations. All right? The Lord gonna give us that power over the nations, and we're gonna do in them that wherever please us. All right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So now let's check out this in the Blue Letter Bible. All right? Oh, and going back to Isaiah 41, just before I go to Revelation, it says, behold, I will make the new sharp threshing instrument having teeth, and thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. That sharp threshing instrument, we're gonna grind them to small bits as though they were nothing. All right? And we shall make the hills shaft. All right? We're gonna make their goodly kingdom turn it into nothing. Going to Revelation chapter 2. All right? It said, as the scripture said, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. All right? We're going to Revelation chapter 2, verse 25 here. It says, we look up, I believe they shall be broken in shivers. It says here what? It says to break in pieces, shivers, to tread down, to put Satan underfoot as a conqueror, trample him. This is what we're going to do to the nations. To break down, crush, to tear one's body and shatter one's strength. We're going to tear one's body and shatter their strength with this. Look at this new sharp threshing instrument. We're going to be as this to tear their body and shatter their strength. All right? Going back to Isaiah. All right? Look here. It says what? When it says to beat, it says what? To crush, to pulverize, to thresh. All right? To crush, to be fine, to pulverize, to make dust, to crush this. We're gonna go wild on these nations. All right, for all that they did. We're gonna bring that judgment upon them by the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Understand? This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1. It says, warn to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and deal treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to thee treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. All right, we're going to deal treacherously with the nations. We're going to be a new sharp a threshing plank, having many sharp teeth, and we're going to grind them out. All right. And as I said, just think about that new sharp threshing instrument with teeth dragging against your flesh. It's going to tear your flesh up. And this is how we're going to be to the nations. All right, this is how we're going to be to the nations. We're going to be that new sharp threshing instrument and rip them to pieces. This is the last scripture here. This is Micah chapter 4, verse 13. It says, arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thy horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass. So the Lord going to give us strength. All right, we can't do that now because we're not in our kingdom. But the scripture said that people shall be willing in the day of our power. And thou shalt beat in pieces many people, just like that new sharp threshing instrument. And I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. The Lord gonna give us might, and we're gonna conquer these nations. All right. What the scripture says, it said Jacob shall be a fire, and Joseph a flame, and Esau for stubble. All right, we're going to kindle in all these nations. We're going to bring them to nothing, to small dust. That is why the scripture said the nations are nothing before him. Because through the hands of Jacob, we're going to bring them to nothing. All right, and it's only a matter of time. This is where we, as the scripture says, this faith has all his saints. This patient has all his saints. All right, so this is what we're looking for. We're looking forward to good things. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. I give double honor to the apostles of great mercy who do rule well. Salutations to the men of the whole land, saying, say elect. This is your brother Makazan from Trinidad. Come saying shalom and stay strong. Shalom.